Well, the House Leader, Professor Ihonvere, who led the debate on the consolidated tax reform, stressed that all the taxes to distribute. He's stressed for and saying so follow with that one. I know that we can expect anything different, just passing and reading and going at the next step, like you're saying, or like that's one question. What can we push for at this point so that it either goes back to the drawing board it needs to be, or does it go ahead to progress?
We have tax reforms to make it better. Nigerians are overtaxed. We pay too much in this country. We're paying personal income tax, but those who want company appointments. Yes. They are paying all sorts of levies. There's some companies pay specialized kind of taxes to fund kind of special agencies. Nigerians are an overtaxed country. So if you ask me, the only thing I want to see by tax reduce and I hate more of the tax reducing. Company income tax from the authorities, company tax should be more than 5%. For me, if we are applicable, if I should do company income tax, we must pay. And the shouldn't pay company, shouldn't pay company. So these are the kind of things. It doesn't necessarily require too much of legislation. It requires more of administrative and policy instrumentation. Anyway, anything other than this, I'm very excited. Anything to increase VAT, you see, if I just streamline taxes, you want to streamline it, so that's really difficult for Nigerians before now. We want to leave. We want to say pledge to down tax. You have a president today in the United States of America that has pledged core taxes and is implementing same. We have other decisions in the world where taxes are lowered continuously to make sure that actually read Nigeria diversity to be the of that because that's not the problem of revenue. You see, Nigeria have a new of tax. Well, in some states, Okada people pay tax. Taxi was pay tax, don't pay tax. So Nigerians are overtaxed. I've always opined that look, you cannot generate wealth through taxation. So I'm not even excited. You can't. You can only generate wealth and revenue through an exploitative economy where the government participates in this. This is my simple. Even the government that produces own juice help to the market to make money. If Kogi want to make more money to factory that church, to sit down wares into cement factories and so on to make money. Instance, if Kogi government were to be the owner of Dangote cement in Kogi, it means the trillions and trillions of naira that will be the cost of this. All you have to manage well. Look, it's not rock science. The first public actually, because you had the regional owned entities that ran the economy of the First Republic. In northern Nigeria, you had the new development corporation. It was special purpose Nigeria to make investments and make in the region. So they had investments in hotel. Hotel was owned by the northern region. They had industries. They had anything that could make money. Investments there. Had cotton farms. Name it. Hotels across the northern one. The same thing with the region. The harassment in everything and about anything. It was the same in the eastern region. It's a government built on the mainland, for instance. It was the eastern region that owned National Bank. The government owned the Bank of the North. These are influential institutions. What made the First Republic tick. And states eventually also adopted this model. So, for instance, stockfish is a main delicacy in Nigeria, right? Out of the southeast part of this country. The major author of stockfish used to be the old Imo State government that compare and current day Imo State. That was the government company that was seriously into importation. I mean, as you can see, as mundane as stockfish, the government had a company that was importing it to feed the entire. There were two major distributions in Nigeria, East State and Tifin Nakalo.
So just to use importing.
People across the country, not just Imo State people. So for each stockfish you ate in Anambra State, you are paying Imo State government or Nakalo, the private investor. So anytime you eat, I know eating by Imo State, eating across the responsible all of items for the stockfish. Then you talk fish in Nigeria at that time, it's likely. If you're not buying from the stock, Nakalo, you're from the local Imo State. Because you know there was a market for this and importing it in Nigeria. You had pen line, top line at time. That's what they had us road for. It was for state government. If you recall those days, Unilag was one of those universities that were almost sufficient to fund. Why? Unilag had two investments that leverage on as a company. I went to Abuja here. I was told that I owned by University of Maiduguri. So many time. And then we do more of this and focus on that. We need to do more of this. As we confronted the question, what mode of development should we follow? I said, you don't need to ask. Which is that country today? Which country today is giving America 90 men the toughest time in terms of trade war? It's not China. Mm-hmm. China is a state-owned capitalist country. That is, the Chinese government, alongside the private investors, are actively in the means of production. And that is why today, China is having the largest foreign reserve in dollars in the world, larger than what America can ever have in terms of earnings from overseas trade. China has $3.3 trillion in its reserves. America has less than $1 trillion in its own reserves. If America is not among the top 10 countries with the largest reserves. So if you check among the top 10 countries with the largest reserves, these are countries that they are, as governments, they are involved in the means of production enough to earn from those enterprises. To break it down for you, if you look at a country like Saudi, they have Saudi Aramco. Qatar has Qatar Energies. So you will see free. They don't pay taxes in Qatar anyway. And they have, the best of life. Why? Qatar Energy brings in revenue in hundreds of billions of dollars annually. And that money belongs to the state because the company is owned by the state. A company is owned by private businessman, pay taxes. If actually they end of it, I'm responsible for the depot. Say you got to load it out. Now, America has one about no country in the world can never have. And what's the advantage? They own the dollar. So why you have to knit as Nigeria, as China, as in America owns dollar. So if America is spending, they can print the dollar and call it quantitative and record as deficit spending and spend problems. But you can't print the dollar. You have to end. How do you end the dollar? Through export competitiveness.
Okay, so how do because I know that sometimes asking this question is like asking, is the sky blue? Why is it so difficult for I'm not even going to start the first level of the states. Why is it so difficult to take on these initiatives? I'm not even them able to generate their own part, and they're sleeping on it. And they're looking at natural resources. I'm looking at the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Naji, saying that the data gaps are hindering optimal utilization of NATs. It just seems like we're giving excuses for many resources that we have and the ability to hand them. When you're talking about accurate whose responsibility to go into, use your geological mapping or whatever you call it, and where these things are and find how to harness them, right? Even if we're not talking about what's under the ground, because then you start hearing about the land use and all that. There's no ways that these governors can have to generate revenue. Why does it seem like sleeping on the opportunities?
Okay, two things. There's an orthodoxy. That's what I've been challenged from that I remember. There's an orthodoxy that says that government has no business in this. It's a very dangerous one. It's a poisonous thinking that has paralyzed governance and that. So our politicians now hiding behind that fear of government having no business in business. We've now decided to only do the things. While organizing something for investors to come, and no investor will look. Because the level at which we are, so that government needs to do what we call heavy lifting investment. So that people can see what you've done with your own potential before I will come along. Without that, nobody's going to come. I repeat, it's going to come. That thing needs to change. Unfortunately, no political party is championing this thinking. No political leader, no figures in the doing what some of us do on radio and until back pages of our column. Nobody is doing it as an institution. If you look at other climes, when you have something, you have seen parties that will emerge that are having other kind of thinking and making propositions. So you have seen opposition parties that have one or two states implementing what some of us are saying now at their state level for everybody to say, but we don't have it. It's about, for instance, that I'm going to minimum wage. All the available advantage to AMAC. AMAC, you have your own land you control in Abuja, right? Everybody knows that because of the concentration of infrastructure and the fact that Abuja is one of the most pan-Nigerian cities, our diversity here counts a lot for us. People want to live in Abuja, so real estate is one of the biggest businesses in this town. Do you know that AMAC and other area councils have very limited presence and investment? Even when they have the land, they're free of charge at their own thing. What we see is land racket. I don't know the last time an AMAC chairman sat down to float a company, acquire land from itself, and build commercial housing to generate revenue and activities. It can show up minimum wage conveniently, take care of healthcare needs for the residents of AMAC and other social investment that it needs to do. They are relying solely on nutrition. This is a problem. So this thinking needs to change. Now, talking about what is under the ground, it doesn't stop state from assessing it.
Oh, yes.
Look, all you need to do, for example, is look at Zamfara. Zamfara has gold, right? Mm-hmm. As Zamfara State Government, you have a corporation, gold mining corporation. It starts from there. As the state with this endowment, you are going to do your data survey to be able to for them to finish offense. So you are sure you owners of things. Now, all that the government requires you to do is simply ask for license, which it will give you generously. When it gives you license over certain areas, you go and have a formal mining company that now employ all of those, what do you call them, artisanal miners and that are protecting the environment into a formal mining corporation. When you do that, you extract the money, you sell the gold, you pay the derivation. to the government, you take your, you just follow the process, everybody goes over. Look at all Niger Delta states. I know that actually have now awarded blocks. I don't know if any state Niger Delta that's operating or that has a oil company that is that's a major player in the sector, either in the mid, down, or upstream. I don't know of any state. I mean, there's no state that has a refinery or that's built one, or that's supporting an oil block as a commercial entity. No. Whereas one of the biggest players in Nigeria's oil and gas industry is a company known as Oil. It's not known as Equinor. Start Oil belongs to the state of Norway. It's a Norwegian state-owned company. Norway. So that when we talk about government and business, people think we are talking about Middle East, communist countries or non-democratic countries. Germany has state-owned enterprise. Russia has state-owned enterprises. France, any single country in the world today, have companies that are. It's like what you and I are doing now. You and I are the respective governments of household. We are working. We're doing this work. How do you think our children will survive? We have to exploit, extort, or steal to feed them. So Nigeria is like that idle man who is doing nothing really, and those leveraging on the few inheritance he got from his grandfather. And he's and just like the tension saying the fact and the struggle of what we call national cake is because the person stripped the cake itself. That is how Nigeria is. But it's like an irresponsible father of a household that is not doing anything for a living, and it's a person for 4 men. So this is all this on taxes and not the revenue we're thinking again. You see, Nigeria has a constant revenue that comes from crude oil exports mainly. Your 1.5, 1.7 million to oil have to share. So that is trying all of the other taxable activities in Nigeria. That sort of money. So until you expand that source, so while NNPC who is handling our davies is bringing money through crude oil export, we also need to have other enterprises that bring this through the export of oranges or what do you call it, omni fruits to the United States of America. We also need to see export of textile materials that have been milled in Kaduna after in Kaduna and about industrial cities. We want to see government having the investment in this entity so that by the time you export these things, the same way you get on the NNPC is get dollars into your account through all of this money. So you cannot expand that to $1 million barrels of oil money to probably 10 million barrels to $20 million dollars per day internally generated revenue. That will not enable government to spend more. That will now increase these activities.
Just see what our elected officials just seem to. I don't really think of laziness, lack of initiative, or it's selfish reasoning. Because
combination of all
of them.
And because again, in Nigeria, the governor does not need to actually do anything to get monthly allocation from that source. He doesn't need to do nothing.
All right. We need to go on a break. We are with Dr. We've been speaking with Dr. Majeed, and we're getting lots of messages and also calls coming. So we'll try and get to those right after this timeout. Just make sure. We'll have one more story to look at. We've talked about 2 of the big 3. So we're going to be taking that as well when we come back for break. We see you on YouTube and Facebook as well. We'll get to your messages. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
To a crossroads on Nigeria in to differ national tournament of champions, and one winner must emerge. Nigeria, meet your finalists.
Hello, my name is Kimberly. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the big story position on 95.1 Nigeria in the Hard Facts show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute. Here, join